Uncovering Operation Tropic Resolve, a Google Earth analysis of the fictional 2026 U.S. invasion of Cuba. Report. Date, February 15, 2027. Analysis source, publicly available satellite imagery, Google Earth Pro, Maxar Sentinel Hub. Subject, Operation Tropic Resolve, the U.S. invasion of Cuba, November 2026. In November 2026, following a fictional and rapidly escalating crisis involving a Cuban blockade of Guantanamo Bay Naval Base, the United States launched Operation Tropic Resolve. This multi-pronged invasion of Cuba was notable not only for its speed, but for its unprecedented integration of AI-driven warfare. In the absence of official information during the initial media blackout, open-source intelligence, OSINT, analysts used satellite imagery to piece together the operation's strategy. This analysis retraces those steps, revealing a conflict shaped as much by algorithms as by ammunition. Any major military operation leaves a logistical footprint, but the build-up for Tropic Resolve was remarkable for its efficiency, a feat now attributed to a sophisticated AI logistics platform. Naval Station Key West, Florida, 24. 5,764 degree N, 81, 7,602 degree W. Imagery from October 2026 shows a massive yet orderly concentration of naval power, including an amphibious readiness group led by the USS America. Post-event analysis suggests an AI model named Maelstrom managed the complex scheduling of ship movements, fuel, and munitions, allowing the force to reach peak readiness 30% faster than standard doctrinal timetables. Homestead Air Reserve Base, Florida, 25, 4,862 degree N, 80, 3,831 degree W. Satellite photos reveal sprawling yet precisely arranged temporary camps and aircraft parks. Over 100 transport and attack aircraft are visible. It's now believed that an AI analyzed months of historical satellite imagery to identify subtle changes in Cuban coastal defenses and anti-aircraft battery positioning, feeding this data directly into the invasion plan and selecting optimal landing zones that would bypass the strongest defenses. The invasion began not with a missile, but with a torrent of disruptive data, followed by a swift, physically overwhelming assault. The Digital Ghosts campaign. The first act of war was silent. It's now understood that an AI-driven disinformation campaign targeted the Cuban military's command structure. AI-generated deepfake audio messages, perfectly mimicking the voices of Cuban generals, were sent over encrypted channels, issuing contradictory orders and reports of phantom attacks. This sowed chaos and paralysis in the critical moments before the physical assault began. AI-coordinated suppression of air defenses. Rather than relying solely on cruise missiles, the initial strikes were led by autonomous drone swarms. Imagery shows the telltale heat blooms of hundreds of small drones launching from destroyers in the Florida Straits. These swarms, guided by a networked AI, flew low and fast to bait, identify, and saturate Cuban radar sites, allowing precision missiles to destroy the now exposed air defense batteries near Havana and Cienfuegos, with near-perfect effectiveness. The landings. The AI-selected landing zones proved highly effective. Landing Zone Alpha, Varadero 23, 1,593 degree N, 81, 2,431 degree W. U.S. Marines landed on beaches that had been surreptitiously scanned for mines days earlier by autonomous underwater vehicles, AUVs, whose data was used to plot the safest approach corridors. Landing Zone Bravo, Port of Mariel 23, 135 degree N, 82, 7,594 degree W. Rangers secured the port, followed by an AI-managed offloading of heavy armor. The process was so efficient that M1 Abrams tanks were rolling off cargo ships less than 90 minutes after the port was declared secure. Airborne assault. The 82nd Airborne's drop over Jose Marti International Airport, 22, 9,892 degree N, 82, 4,091 degree W, was a textbook success. The drop zone and timing were continuously updated by an AI until the last minute, using real-time data from satellites and high-altitude drones to avoid the few remaining active anti-aircraft threats. The advance on the capital was less a pincer movement and more a dynamic, AI-choreographed envelopment. The Prometheus Battle Network. Satellite imagery from this period shows U.S. armored columns making seemingly odd, counterintuitive movements. Analysts now believe this was the Prometheus AI battle management system at work. The AI was processing thousands of data points, from micro-drone feeds to intercepted signals, to predict enemy ambush locations, and dynamically reroute convoys in real time. This resulted in remarkably low US casualties during the advance. Augmented reality targeting. While not directly visible via satellite, the speed of the urban fighting on Havana's outskirts points to the widespread use of AI-powered augmented reality (AAR) systems for ground troops. These systems would highlight threats, translate signage, and distinguish between combatants and civilians, allowing soldiers to process information and make decisions at superhuman speeds. After conventional resistance collapsed, AI's role shifted from combat to control and humanitarian aid. Autonomous security, high-resolution imagery of the secured port and airport shows not only human patrols but also quadrupedal robotic units, robot dogs, patrolling perimeters. These machines, tireless and equipped with advanced sensors, freed up human soldiers for more complex peacekeeping and reconstruction duties. Optimized aid distribution. The first C-17s to land at the secured airport were not carrying troops but humanitarian supplies. The distribution of this aid across Havana was managed by an AI that analyzed drone imagery to identify neighborhoods most in need, ensuring food and medicine were delivered equitably and efficiently to prevent a humanitarian crisis. The distribution of this aid across Havana was managed by an AI that analyzed drone imagery to identify neighborhoods most in need, ensuring food and medicine were delivered equitably and efficiently to prevent a humanitarian crisis. The fictional Operation Tropic Resolve represents a paradigm shift in the history of warfare. It was a conflict waged not just on land, sea, and air, but also in the digital ether. The speed and success of the operation were owed to an AI framework that could outthink, outplan, and outmaneuver a traditional human-led command structure. From orbital imagery, we can piece together a story not just of troop movements, but of a new kind of war, where the decisive weapon was not a bomb or a bullet, but a superior algorithm. From orbital imagery, we can piece together a story not just of troop movements, but of a new kind of war, where the decisive weapon was not a bomb or a bullet, but a superior algorithm.